a blow is that for Djokovic?
It's never nice when you get off to a start on the back foot, Jason. And given how well he started yesterday, I think it is a big psychological blow.
No, it's brilliant. He's hit that forehand so well for me. The one way he's been pushed wide because it was breaking down a lot earlier in the season, but this week in particular, I've seen him hit that really well.
And he's moving well as well. I think that's the big thing. He was looking half a step slow a little earlier in the season, but he's back to his best, just floating across the court. Because when you get the feet set, you get behind the ball. These guys are so good, they can do just about anything they want with it. They can hit it virtually as hard as they want to any corner of the court.
It's a shot that is introduced into his repertoire in the last couple of seasons. Uses it primarily on clay, but he's used it a fair bit this week too.
Yeah, and effectively as well. Doesn't overplay it. He plays it when he's generally well inside the baseline, so it's not such a risky shot. But for me, Jason, that's been the big weapon the last 3 or 4 months right there.
First ace of the match for the world number 1. And he's sitting pretty already with a 3-love lead.
The Western and Southern Financial Group Masters is proud to recognize its premier hallmark sponsor, Great American Insurance Companies. And
even though he doesn't serve the most aces on tour, he certainly is one of those players who's right up there with first serve points won. And because of the accuracy of that serve, it really lays the platform for him during the rally. He starts the rally on such a firm footing. Can really dictate proceedings thereafter, given he's got one of the best forehands in the game.
Almost a sellout today. 11,125 is the capacity here. There are 1 or 2 empty seats, but perhaps there are also 1 or 2 latecomers that will fill those seats as well. It's a much anticipated affair, this one. We're in Mason, Ohio, which is about half an hour from downtown Cincinnati. And of course, this is a tournament rich in history. Djokovic has never won it. Although, of course, he came pretty close last year, losing a very tight match to Andy Murray. Federer, of course, a 2-time former champion in 2005 and 2007. And he started the brighter of the two this afternoon. And Djokovic, with it all to do here, love 3.
Love 3.
Beautiful, just picking all the right shots, just reading Djokovic like an open book at the moment. Anticipation here is what's so good.
Right. center line, the ball is closed.
It's good serve. Needs a few more of those.
Federer has 2 points remaining.
The movement after the drop shot that put Federer in such a good position to win the point.
And the moving forward after the drop shot, he's closing down the angles and he's reducing the shot selection of Djokovic. Knows the most likely outcome.
Break point.
Crisp, like that volley. Right now for Djokovic, Jason, it just seems like whichever corner he hits the ball to, Federer's there waiting.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for him because, of course, he has to remain aggressive, yet he's made a fair few unforced errors, 11 compared to just 2 from Federer, so Federer couldn't have started any better than he has so far. Djokovic isn't playing badly, but he's struggling for games. And with a 12th unforced error, this opening set is in danger of becoming a rout.
Only
been on court for 22 minutes. And Federer in total control of the opening set. Federer's dominance from the back of the court, Robbie, absolute.
Phenomenal numbers at the moment. 16 versus 3 baseline points won for the world number 1. Slim pickings for Djokovic today.
And again, Federer moving so swiftly to his right and then timing the ball so perfectly. That would normally be a pattern of play that Djokovic would want to employ, be trying to break down that forehand wing. I was watching Federer practice this morning. He was out here about 10:15, 10:30 on this court. He was so loose when he was practicing. He was hitting some shots left-handed. He was hitting a couple of double-handed backhands without a care in the world. Because he seems like a player who's on top of his game right now and supremely confident in his own ability. And of course, back-to-back Grand Slam victories under his belt already this season. Why not?
Evian Natural Spring Water is proud to be the official.
So what can you do in a situation like this, Robbie, where you're not playing badly, but you're just getting duffed up by an opponent who's playing superb tennis?
This is a good start. You've got to change things, maybe change a shirt, pick up a new racket. For me, I focus very much on the next service game. I try and get one service game under my belt, a good one, and then pretty much right off the set. Federer's serving out oil, give him the set at 6-1 and start afresh. Wipe the slate clean and really focus your attentions at the start of the second set. Very difficult as well for Federer to keep up this level of tennis, given how well he's playing now. And you just got to try and be patient, keep probing, and hope that to a certain extent that Federer's game just does drop off a little bit and allows you to get a foothold in the match.
Plenty of support for both players. He's done his homework. I like the use of the monogram there. Serbs haven't had a great deal to cheer as yet. Not quite the hottest ticket in town this weekend. It's the 43rd National Tractor Pulling Championships this weekend here in Ohio. 60,000 fans expected over the course of the 3 days there. And that gives you a pretty good idea of what tennis is up against in this part of the world. But those that have been lucky enough to get tickets for the tennis will have enjoyed the display so far from Federer, but they'll be hoping for a slightly more competitive match from here on in.
Are we going to be rolling in a little bit of a highlights reel of the tractor pulling between sets?
Well, I tell you what, if we have to fill with a little bit of bonus coverage after this match, if it's quick, we'll see what we can do.
There you go. Well, he's made it. Line-licking forehand return from Federer. He's all over that return. It's back-to-back forehand winners from that side. He's just picking the ball so easily today.
Yeah, reading the game beautifully. And again, it's a sign of supreme confidence. It's an important game, this, isn't it, Robbie? It doesn't matter what happens in this opening set, but he's got to hold here so that at the very least, if Federer serves out, Djokovic can start the second.
Exactly. Oh, it's always nice just to get that first service hold under your belt.
Djokovic.
I think it's nice to make a little bit of a joke about it, because that will relax him. He'll get the crowd on his side, and it may well just serve to allow him to play a little better from here on in, because he looked a little tense initially. Federer now serving for the opening set. Well, the shot was on, wasn't it, once Djokovic had created such a wonderful angle, and Federer does like to play it. We've seen it numerous times where he's able to sneak the ball around the net. That one didn't actually go around the side of the court, but was pretty close.
Yeah, these guys working the angles very, very well.
second ace from Federer, but been very, very effective. He's only dropped 3 points on serve so far, despite the fact that he's only made 7 of 17 first serves. Well, I couldn't wish for a more comfortable opening set there, Federer. It wasn't like Djokovic played particularly poorly. The world number one was absolutely outstanding. Only the first serve percentage needs improving. Every other area of his game was almost perfect. Well, Federer looking for the 61st title of his career today. It'll be the 39th, which would have been won on hard courts. Undoubtedly had more success on this surface than any other, though of course not bad as a grass court player either. And it would be the 16th Masters Series 1000 title of his career. It would take him one ahead of Nadal, and it would leave him just one behind the all-time leader, Agassi, with 17. So an important match as regards his numbers. But of course, he's so used to breaking all sorts of records almost each and every time he steps out onto the match court. Djokovic with it all to do here in this second set. Lovell.
Federer beaten for lack of pace there.
There will be a groundswell of support for Djokovic in the early stages of this second set. The crowd will certainly want to see a bit more of a competitive contest here. It's a much better start. He's got to use that game as a means of laying a foundation really for a slightly better, more effective performance. Djokovic, of course, going in search of his very first Masters Series 1000 title of this season.
That's a good point. I was just about to ask you about that. Do you think the fact that he's lost the last three is playing on his mind a little bit, especially in this opening set?
I think there's no question that you start to get a little bit of a thing about it when you've lost in a lot of finals. You certainly don't want to get labelled a loser or a choker when it really matters, and he was runner-up in Miami, of course, and then lost a couple of really good matches to Nadal in Monte Carlo and Rome.
Severin Luthi is the Davis Cup captain for Switzerland.
He was out there on court this morning, warming Federer up. I'll be a little concerned here because Djokovic just building up a little bit of momentum here. Prior to this challenge, Djokovic had won 6 consecutive points, and the best he was able to manage in the opening set was 3. So, much better start. to the second set. And that was a nice response from Federer. It's just coincidence, Robbie, that Federer's served a lot better this season than he did last, given that he's managed to sort the back out?
Of course it is. Look. No, it isn't. It makes such a big difference when you're healthy. The back goes under so much torque when you serve. And if you're feeling a little ginger about it, you know, you take 5–10% off it, it's not the same.